Bro, do you feel like business has been slow? I feel like I haven't been baking as much cookies this month.
Do you think that our sales dropped? I haven't been packing or delivering anything.
Yeah, like maybe we should analyze if something's happened.
Yeah, let's start with that.
We will be using hypothesis testing to find out whether our sales have decreased. To determine this, we will see if the average daily sales this month is lower than the average daily sales last month of $500, which will be our alternative hypothesis. Hence, our null hypothesis will be that the sales remain at or above $500. The assumption we've made here is that the sales are IID, meaning that the sales each day are independent of one another and the data represents the sales of our business. Next, we will need to determine the significance level at which we want to test our hypothesis. This can be quite tricky as we need to determine what is our desired balance between the two types of error. Based on our judgment, we believe a 99% significance level is suitable for this test. Based on our calculations, at a significance level of 99%, there is sufficient evidence to reject the null hypothesis that the average daily sales is greater than or equal to $500. Hence, we can accept that the average daily sales this month have decreased.
What could be the cause for our low sales?
I'm not really sure, but I don't think it's from our quality though. Cause like the reviews and feedbacks have been incredibly good.
Then it might just be our social media since it's our only distribution platform.
It does make sense.
Right.
Is it really?
Actually, it seems that our followers has dropped over 30% in the past 1 month.
Damn. Can it really be the reason why our sales keep decreasing?
I think there might be a relationship.
Moving on, we try to plot the number of followers and the amount of sale in a scatter plot, and we can see there is a strong correlation between the two, and we can check the coefficient of correlation, and it turns out to be plus 0.94. It means that it implies a strong positive correlation, and our team believes that it also implies causation. Why? Because Instagram is our one and only distribution platform for our product. And after knowing that, we try to predict the amount of sale by using the number of followers. So we will be using linear regression technique. So we assume that the number of sales are linearly connected to the number of followers, and sales are normally distributed given the number of followers. And then this is our model. Beta 0 and beta 1 will be the coefficient. Sales will be the dependent variable, and the independent variable will be Instagram followers. And since our data size is more than 30, the central limit theorem holds, and we can see that from the skewness test, it is validated that the number of sales and also the number of followers are normally distributed because their skewness value is actually quite close to 0. And then after running the regression analysis, it turns out that we have a beta 0 of 768. It means that when we have 0 number of followers, we expect $768 in amount of sales, meaning that some of our customers are actually not following our Instagram, but they ordered through our Instagram. Beta 1.7251 implies that it is an expected increase of sale per 1 unit increase in number of followers. And why do we develop this model? It is for future needs. Because in the future, we might need this data to analyze something. For example, like to estimate the number of followers needed to generate certain amount of sales, we can do a simulation analysis instead of collecting empirical data. And we can do that by building a mental model, just like what we did, and then assume the distribution of the independent variable and simulate and generate the data.
Now that we know there's a positive correlation between our sales and follower count,
Is this merely just a correlation or could it be a causation?
Why would it be a causation?
I think it can be a causation because we rely on our Instagram to sell our cookies, right? So the decrease in followers will also cause a decrease in sales.
That's logical.
okay, that's fair. So we need to get to know our customers a bit better.
But how are we going to do that?
Let's use a confidence interval perhaps to find out.
Okay.
To know our customers better, we can start with knowing our followers' age range. Today, a confidence interval is being used to give us the age range. And to begin, we will identify 3 demographics. A younger demographic in their 20s, middle age in their 30s, and an older demographics in their 50s. After this, we'll decide on our confidence level that provides a balance between precision and confidence. In this case, we will be using 95% confidence as is the most consistent and commonly used confidence level. Following that, we'll be writing out the code and doing the t-test that determines lower and upper limits, which is our followers' general age range. Rounded up, it is from 18 to 21 years old, the mean age being 20 years old. Happily, a simple Google search would show that they belong to the Gen Z generation. And hence, that is the age range and generation that we will be focusing on as they make up the majority of our followers.
It appears most of our followers are actually Gen Z, like us. So maybe you should find out the reasons why they left and unfollowed us.
Not quite. We also need to know how can we attract to retain them to follow our Instagram page.
I think we can use linear regression to find out the significant reasons why they unfollow us or even follow us in the first place.
Man, I love this guy. He got all the answers.
Yeah.
Moving on, we perform the linear regression with these coefficients as shown. We also perform the test for skewness for all the variables. Since skewness coefficient is under 1, they are approximately normally distributed, and by CLT sample size is large enough. However, we decided that log transformation is needed since our purpose of study is to find out which IV causes a decline in followers. Hence, percentage will be a better indication as compared to the change in number of followers. From the transform regression model, satisfactional content has the highest impact on the decline in followers, as the coefficient is approximately 1.062. This means that a 1% increase in satisfactional content is associated with the predicted 1.062% increase in followers, everything else being equal. The log transform adjusted R-square value indicates that approximately 82.49% of the variance in the decline in followers is explained by the independent variables. Hence, this model is a better fit. Overall, we can conclude that the coefficient satisfactional content has the highest impact on declining followers, as it is highly significant with p-value less than 0.01%, indicating a strong positive relationship with decline in followers, whereas outlook frequency and discount frequency is not statistically significant at 0.05 significance level.
Okay, so it's quite bad. People are unsatisfied with our content. How can we increase our engagement?
How about conducting a survey to find out what kind of content that people enjoy nowadays?
Okay, I'll get the survey up. Hey Nico, can you spread my survey? I'll need as much responses as possible.
When do you need it by?
Within 1 week.
Okay.
1 week later.
The survey results are in, guys. However, there are people from different age groups that participated in our survey.
Let's do another hypothesis testing to find out what content people from the Gen Z like.
Actually guys, I've already done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just take a look.
Okay, so from our hypothesis testing of 5% significance level, it says here that the Gen Z likes behind the scene vlogs the most. So I think we should create that content more on our account to better engage with the Gen Z.
Yep, and to attract them to refollow us on Instagram, which will likely result in sales growth.
Yeah.
Right.
Last but not least, we used hypothesis testing to determine the optimal content for engaging our customers. For our null hypothesis, we used the average number of likes received by our behind-the-scene videos as a reference, believing it to be the most popular content type. The alternate hypothesis being the mean number of likes for behind-the-scene content is greater than the other content types respectively. We performed 4 tests on the different types of content produced, such as ASMR, memes, educational videos, and lastly, reviews. Based on our calculations, at 99% significance level, there is sufficient evidence to reject the null hypothesis for all 4 tests, that the mean number of likes for behind-the-scene content is less than or equal to the other content types respectively. Hence, we can conclude that the behind-the-scene videos is indeed the most appealing content type to our customers.
Guys, so our sales has seen an increase. Let's recap.
Our weekly vlogs are paying up.
Followers are more satisfied as seen from their positive comments.
Our follower count is steadily increasing.
As a result, our sales has boomed.
Statistics work, but I work harder.